Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to day 1006 of trying a new makeup product every day. Today I'm going to have so much fun playing around with this beautiful and exciting eyeshadow palette. So this is from Illuminati Cosmetics. It's the Illuminati and Isa eyeshadow palette. So I got this in my October 2020 BoxyCharm Premium box, and wow, this has a retail value of $48. That seems really expensive to me. But so this is a palette designed by Isabel Bedoya. And let me show you the colors. Oh, it's so fun. And I love the range. Like, you get those amazing pops of color. Then you also have your standard neutrals. So there are 15 shades in here, and there's that big mirror. I just have to start out by swatching them, and this glitter is really speaking to me. Oh, it actually isn't swatching as pigmented as I was expecting, so I think this is more of like a topper. Let's also swatch the matte version. Ooh, very nice matte formula. Then some shimmers. I don't know how I feel about that shimmer. We'll see. Let's try this glitter. Oh, whoa. Now this is like loose glitter almost. And then swatch this pretty yellow. All right, there's such a range of colors and such a range of textures. So like this glitter, wow, that's like a loose, chunky glitter. Seems a little intimidating to work with. And then a matte, ooh, really pretty pigmented matte. And then the glitter topper for that matte, really pretty, like a duochrome iridescent sheen. And here's a shimmer. Yeah, the shimmer's a little bit crumbly, not super pigmented. How's this shimmer? Yeah, just a little bit patchy, not kind of like even pigment. I think I'm actually most impressed by that matte swatch. I mean, we're gonna see once I get into this more, but it doesn't really seem like a beginner eyeshadow palette, and I definitely don't consider myself an expert at eyeshadow. Even though I've tried out many palettes, I am feeling intimidated by this. Intimidated by the colors, intimidated by the textures. So here are those swatches so that you can get an up-close view. None of them are all that amazing. What I do really want to try is putting the purple topper on top of that other purple shade, because the matte purple that I swatched was my favorite. So I'll try and incorporate that into the look. But so to start out, I'm going to of course go in with an eyeshadow primer, but only on one of my eyes, so I can test these eyeshadows with and without the primer. And I'm using the Zoeva Matte Eyeshadow Fix. And just blending this all over my eyelid and blending it also onto the brow bone. Let me see, is this a highlight shade? I think it could be. I'm gonna try taking this bronzy glitter. Ooh. I think it's a little bit too dark and pigmented to be a brow highlight, but I'm just gonna kind of blend it a bit. This one's actually really pretty, but it's a little bit too dark and yellowy for me to do an inner corner highlight. And there is a matte white in here, which I will use to set the eyelid. This is the eye with the primer, and you can see how that matte white is just disappearing, even though I'm applying it with my finger onto primer. Not super pigmented. It's looking kind of dry and patchy. Yet I keep layering and layering it on. But this way, having the white base can help the colors that I apply onto the lid pop better, and it can help them blend. But now this is the eye without the primer, and there's even less pigment. It's weird, it kind of has like a dry, cakey texture, which I don't really think I've ever seen in an eyeshadow, so that is weird and not good. All right, well, there's this pretty matte purpley burgundy brown shade that I think will be a really nice crease transition shade. Ooh, yeah. I really like this color to go with the purple eyeshadow look that I have in mind. It's like a perfect mix of purple and red. So maybe those will be the colors that I'll put on my eyelid. So this matte shade is blending out really nicely. I really like it in the crease here. I really think this palette needs a light shimmery shade though, like kind of a highlight shade. For having such a range of colors, I feel like it's still really missing that key shade. Because without that, I feel like this is not a perfect travel palette. All right, let's move on to the lid. Let me see if this, okay. I wasn't sure if this glittery shimmer shade was gonna have enough pigment, but I think it does. So I'm gonna press this into the outer third of my eyelid. This one's pretty. It has a metallic finish and it has a bunch of different tones of red when it shines and catches the light. So it's kind of like a raspberry red, but then it's also kind of orange. So that's really interesting. It's very fiery red. It's cool. It's kind of hard to apply with my finger. Like, it doesn't stick a lot of product onto the eye. Like usually with a shimmery metallic shade, I just tap onto my eyelid and it sticks right on, but this one, it doesn't. It's like I have to rub and really press it onto the eyelid. I just feel like I'm running into so many, not really issues, but just things I don't like about this palette, and I can't believe it's a $48 palette. It's just really hard to use, not the most beautiful formula or colors in my opinion. I think I'm gonna take the matte purple now, and I don't really know why I'm using my finger, just to try and get more pigment, and I'm applying this to the rest of my eyelid. Yeah, this is a beautiful matte formula. This one is super easy to apply, super pigmented, but I feel like the formula is not consistent amongst the shadows. And the colors, like I like this color combination that I have right now, but it's not super cohesive of a color palette. Like I feel like for the most part, you're gonna have to reach for other palettes to get other colors to go with what you get in here. But this matte purple shade, basically all the mattes I've tried so far have been the saving grace of this palette. All right, and now I'm gonna take the purple glitter topper, and this is cool. It kind of has like rainbow reflection to it, so that'll help the transition from the shimmery red. So I'm just applying this shimmer into the center of the eye. It is really pretty on top of that matte purple. Since it kind of has that aqua duochrome reflection, I think it would also look really pretty on top of the teal and the green as a pretty sparkly eyeshadow topper. I like the colors now that I have this pretty much completed on my eyelid. Just finish blending. I want to, of course, put a shade on the lower lash line, but I'm really struggling to figure out what shade would go with this look. But I think I'm gonna go with this shimmering blue. And blend. That's kind of fun. It doesn't pop that much on my lower lash line as much as I would have expected, but it does look pretty good with these colors. Like, I had fun playing with the colors, but it wasn't super fun to apply because the formulas were not super blendable, easy to apply, or cohesive. But in the end, I do kind of like this look. It's far from my favorite eyeshadow look I've ever done. So, you know, I'm always honest in my reviews. I wouldn't recommend spending $48 on this palette. I was really excited when I unboxed this and saw the colors because it's different than your neutral palettes, but I think I would prefer something more cohesive than getting such a range of colors. Even if I were to do like it says, this can transition day to night, I don't really even see a day look in here because it's not like you really get brown, you don't get a light shimmery shade. I don't know. I would be very curious other people's thoughts on this palette, so let me know in the comments down below. I just don't feel like this is something I will be reaching for, which I am bummed about, but oh well, now I know. Not every eyeshadow palette that I review can be amazing, and it seems like most eyeshadow palettes I review I end up loving. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.